the crash out is always the most impressive part. And here is where the crash out officially began.
The history of our country. So we'll be working on a parallel effort with the Gulf nations to address non-nuclear issues such as the conventional ballistic missiles, which we'll be talking about, and support. I mean, they have to have some because other people have some. You got to have some. Oh. Somebody said you shouldn't give them more. And I have guys. I like some of these guys, but I don't think they're smart.
Okay, so he's basically saying that the idea of denying them nuclear weapons when other countries have it is just unreasonable, as if that's not the whole purpose of every single thing that he has said about why we're there. And I need to correct Anthony on one thing. This is the only thing I disagree with. There is honor amongst thieves. These people are not thieves. These are psychopaths. And I say that as someone who worked in criminal defense and knows people who have served time and whatever. There's honor amongst thieves. These people are, it's almost like you're giving a bad name to thieves.
You're right.
That's how I almost feel about this. Because I know
there is no honor among pedophilic, megalomaniac, narcissistic world rulers. There you go. There's no honor among them.
Because I mean, most theft is crimes of poverty, so we're not going to go there.
Well, I don't mean it in the modern day sense of theft. I mean in the idea that, amongst pirates and criminals, there's no honor. But you're right. Actual criminal organizations do have an honor code. Correct. These people do not.
Excuse me. I'm giving the speech of my life here. I think you should listen.
Sir, you shouldn't let them have any missile. I said, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to let Saudi Arabia have missiles, but they can't have them? Yes, sir. It doesn't work that way, It doesn't work that way.
If he said that a year ago or so, the whole thing.
The fact that Rubio can't even look at him, we're just well, first of all, let's remember one thing here, and you know this, and anybody who understands politics know this. Marco, any chance you thought you had of becoming president of the United States, that's over. Goodbye. Kiss it goodbye. He made a choice. The choice was him or J.D. Vance. And he chose J.D. Vance. And we know
clearly
because he's giving Vance all the kudos for this deal. And that says it all. And so the crash out. And we've got lots of crash outs. We're going to start with somebody who actually made you a national figure by deciding to open his stupid, gargantuan, shit-kicking mouth about you. Several months ago.
Wait. Are you somebody talked shit about Anthony?
Fried
oh,
Huckabee.
Yeah. Huckabee.
Who?
Fried Huckabee.
Oh, that, right. Oh, you mean from before? Okay, I thought they were talking about something new. Okay.
This is new. Oh, no, this is new.
You brought it up again?
No, but you'll see.
Also my job to represent the importance of Israel to the United States. This is just another reminder. It is your heritage, without a doubt. But, Minister, it is also the heritage of the United States. Without Israel, without the Jewish Foundation, there would not be an America.
I just can't. I honestly, who says that? What kind of without
that's like a treasonous statement, to be honest.
But it's just stupid, though. I don't understand.
Without Israel, there's no America. Good Lord.
Jeez.
I really don't understand this whole idea that that Zionists bring out with that if it wasn't for Israel, America wouldn't exist. Then what did we do for the preceding 176 years? Were we just waiting on Israel? Were we just sitting around as picking our nose and just sitting on this continent doing nothing until Israel became a nation? I don't understand that premise. I understand their premise of saying, that if they want to go down this road of saying our relationship is great and this and that, but when they say that the United States wouldn't exist if it weren't for Israel, I do not understand that.
Are we dependent on shekels? Did I miss something? Are they sending shekels, billions of shekels here to help prop us up and help us fight off our neighbors? Are we being invaded by Canada and somehow Israel and their shekels are saving us from from the northern invaders?
The people of Israel, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs and crime, and they're rapists. Some of them might be okay.
Rapists for sure.
He should have just said Israel. He didn't have to
And
say
their human sex trafficking industry and online porn, all that.
Yes.
They run it all.
Let me tell you something. You could say what you want about Bolzarian, and I'm going to address this on Saturday, but he put that whole list together. I'm sure you saw it, of all the different industries at and we're talking the worst industries. And every single one of them is owned by a Zionist Jew. It's a fact.
Yep.
And so
that's right.
Again, Lincoln said it best. You can fool some of the people all the time. You can fool all the people some of the time. You can't fool all the people all the time. And that's the phase we're in now, where everyone has seen this movie being played over and over again. And they're saying, yeah, I've seen this before. I know this ends, and I'm not a part of this anymore. Like, this is not my thing.
I don't have a graphic for this douchebag. I can just go with my standard. Hold on.
Well, Wienerhead Levin decided to open his mouth.
Okay. Well, just let me, all right. So we're going to be talking with this guy. Yep. He's a total piece of shit. All right.
Time for a change in strategy. We should consider slow walking the enemy, building up our munitions, our oil reserves, get the price of gasoline down, get through the midterms, then knock them out, instead of rushing to a deal, building up their oil industry, transferring billions to them, etc. Chooses his words slightly carefully. See, he's the thing that they also have to understand, and I think you're, probably picking up on this, is that they really are stuck. Because if they start bashing Trump, where are they going to go? I mean, the liberal Zios will, welcome them into the Democratic Party. They already have. But the weight is moving against them. Trump has been a very unique political figure in terms of his ability to move the electorate. But now that's changing. And unfortunately, it happened too late, because Massey should still be there. Lord knows what's going to happen as far as that's concerned. But this is very telling. And Colin, if you could grab the other tweet. Now, I thought a lot about the crash outs from the Zios in terms of the statements that they made, but I'm talking about the Israelis now. And so this is, we need Hillel fooled. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so here's a typical Israeli, Eastern European, pretending to be an Israeli, of course, but, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So, J.D. Vance, who I just said has been the person that the president has chosen to carry the mantle going forward. It will not be Rubio. Oh boy, things are escalating quickly, according to Hillel. Vance, my message to people in Bibi's government who are attacking Trump: do not attack the only leader in the world who supports you. Your country was built with our money. Another, holy shit, somebody in power actually said that.
Now, did he say that the same day that Huckabee claimed that we couldn't exist without them? Because that would be a funny, juxtaposition of the two of them saying those things.
This statement was made today. Huckabee's statement was made shortly after Trump made his. But this has all happened within the last 24, 48 hours.
Funny.
Yep. No, Mr. Vice President, our country wasn't built with your money. And as a Christian, you should know exactly who gave us this country. Oh, what are you going to say? It's God? No, the British did. And our money with the British, in conjunction with the creator of the Schofield Bible and the Balfour Declaration in 1918. By the way, Jen, I don't know if you know this or not, but did you know that Hava Nagila is a song based on the Balfour Declaration? As I just found that out today. I didn't even know that. That's true.
No, but it doesn't, nothing surprises me anymore.
We appreciate your friendship. Yeah, sure you do. You appreciate our money and power and support, but we will not take orders from you or anyone else about how we defend ourselves from the enemies you are now funding with hundreds of billions that go straight to weapons directed at Israel. Boy, they're crashing out all right. Scroll down, Colin. Colin?
Bueller.
Let's not be confused, Mr. Vance. And so this is among other crash outs. And as I said, the president has chosen J.D. Vance. This is the person who is his heir apparent. He's given him credit for the deal. Obviously, Rubio has been cast aside. Rubio completely looked defeated. And then the other thing I want to pull up, if you can pull up that other tweet. Israelis on Telegram in response to the see, this is something that I think is probably very personal for you. Israelis on Telegram in response to the B-52 crash and death of 8 Americans. They deserve it. I hate the U.S. no less than Iran. We just started, dear Americans. The blows have only just begun. Now, is it possible that Israel shot down that B-52 plane?
Yes.
Why not?
What do you mean, is it possible? Like, I don't understand why you would say that.
Here's the
Is
English
it possible that a psychopathic nation that has killed American servicemen before would do it again? Yes, I think that does sound very possible.
Colin, if
What
you
am
could
I
just open that image of the Israel. Yeah, so this is the translation from Hebrew to English. There is a law and there is a judge. The strongest country in the world, ha, ha, ha. And they deserve it. I hate the U.S. no less than Iran. We just started, dear Americans. The blows have only just begun. And from Tomer, it's okay. Anyway, with leadership of rabbits, it's worth nothing. So this was
leadership of rabbits?
Yeah.
What the hell does that? I don't get it.
Casey's got the idea. Let's dance. Yeah, let's have dancing Americans over the dead Israelis. This is again, you're getting an idea now of the type of crash outs that are coming fast and furious. But if anybody can bring us home the ultimate crash out, who else could we possibly choose than little Ben Shapiro?
That Mohammed Khalibaf, who will apparently on Friday be literally in a photo op with the vice president of the United States. I cannot express to you how stomach turning that is. I don't care who the vice president is. I don't care who the president is.
Yes, we know you don't care. We know what you care about. That much is obvious. You've never hidden it. The turd burger, if there ever was one. Man, if anybody,
I have to revisit the field guide. I have to revisit the field guide. All right.
Let him crash. Let him crash a little harder.
Leaders of the United States of America in a photo op with a mass murdering terrorist supporter like Mohammed Khalibaf shaking hands 6 months after he blew away 42,000 innocent people in the streets, and weeks.
As somebody who clearly has connections with people in intelligence and probably knows a thing or two about what really went on the ground in Tehran, could you shed a little bit of light that you can with us regarding what really went down? And did 42,000 innocent civilians get murdered by the Iranian government? I'm just curious, Tony. Was that what went down?
This whole idea of trying the continued attempts of people like Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro and others to villainize Iran continually. It's all part of that. It's the same as it's just a different chapter of the book of Hasbara. No, the government of Iran did not murder and slaughter 42,000 people. If you look at now, the polls that are coming out of Iran actually are more favorable to the current form of government by most Iranians than the U.S. is to its own president, by the percentages. So when you look at this continued attempt to villainize Iran, I will not be shocked that if in the next week or two Netanyahu comes out with breaking news, they're 2 weeks away from a bomb, and he starts that again. You look what you did. You took off the brakes, and now look, they're making a bomb. They're 2 weeks away from a bomb. We're going to start hearing that again. Look, Iran has gone right back to slaughtering their own people. Look how vicious they are. All of this narrative that we're going to hear. And I by no means think that that Iran is necessarily the perfect government or the ideal nation state that we should all strive to be. But what I'm saying, the government did not kill or slaughter 42,000 of its own people. In fact, I would say that when you consider a government that has killed more Iranian children than any other in modern history, it's the United States.
Touche. We'll keep going.
After his administration was firing missiles at literally all of our allies in the region and continues to support every terrorist group in the region and is currently continuing to control the strait. Like right now, it is not fully open for business unless the Iranians have, quote unquote, decided it is. The idea here is that somehow this administration and the deal that has been cut weakens Hezbollah. I'm not seeing it so much. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's there. Again, we haven't seen the MOU for the 1,000th time. We haven't seen the MOU. That's not because of me. I would like to see the MOU. I think you would like to see the MOU. Hell, I think we'd all like to see the MOU. If Israel is not a party to the actual talks, which they are not, they have not been included in the talks. If Israel is not a signatory to the agreement, which they are not, how in the world could you tie Israel's hands when it comes to self-defense in Lebanon while Hezbollah is firing rockets and drones over the border at Israeli citizens? Shall we say that this is not a popular MOU, from what I understand, in Israel? And again, Israel, they were flying jets alongside American jets during this whole operation. Iran was firing at American soldiers during this whole operation. So playing halvesies is a bit strange. If we release funds, or if we tell our Arab Gulf state allies to release funds to Iran, it doesn't have to be American taxpayer dollars. That is us releasing money to Iran.
Wait a second.
Unfreeze
How much
money,
longer am I having to suffer through this? I'm serious. Because yeah. All right. Because that's their money.
That's their money.
That's their money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
To a terrorist group, that is in fact money going to a terrorist group. It does not have to come from American. That's sleight of hand. It's rhetorical sleight of hand. I was not under the impression that you and I would be paying taxpayer dollars to go straight to Iran. But if we press people to release money to a terror state in order for them to continue to toll the strait and to exert control whenever they feel threatened, or for them to rebuild their ballistic missile and nuclear capacities, that is a gigantic mistake. To go back to the 5 standards of a good deal versus a bad deal would look like continued nuclear development. A bad deal would look like continued ballistic missile development. A bad deal would look like funding of terrorism abroad continuing. A bad deal would look like continued Iranian control over the strait and tolling of the strait. And a bad deal would look like more funding going into Iran.
Little Ben Shapiro with the ultimate crash out because he has no.
You think you're better than me, Paul? You think you're hanging there all day or higher than me, you're better than me? Yeah, well, I got news for you. You're not. I'm a father. I can think that you are not better than me at all. Yeah, I'll teach you.
You can imagine.
It's so pathetic and it's disgusting. And if eyebrows could talk, and when you just listen to him and what he's saying, and I just think, when and if it happens to where the United States finds itself in direct confrontation and conflict with Israel, I hope the United States exiles his ass and he can go join the IDF.